Hey guys, it's Kaylee. I am here today to share another reselling Q&A with you. I'm going to answer some questions that you guys have asked regarding questions about eBay and Poshmark. If you're new here, hi, my name is Kaylee. I'm an online reseller. I find used clothing at thrift stores and I flip them online for a profit. My channel is about teaching other people to resell and make money online. All the links that I mentioned in the video are down below in the description. You can click on the link tree down below and it will pop up my eBay and Poshmark closet if you're interested in viewing. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions or you just want to say hi. You can also send me a message over on Instagram. If you like this reseller content, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. That way you get notified when I make new videos. Let's jump into today's video. So the idea with these videos is that if one person has asked this question, chances are multiple people are wondering the same thing. And in fact, some of these questions I have gotten multiple times. So I figured they would be helpful to all of my viewers regarding reselling on sites like eBay and Poshmark, and some questions about other sites as well. So first question, do you still use your VA and is it still helping you? I'm having 0 sales on Posh, so I need someone to help me share. So they are referring to the VA that I use on Reseller Assistant. So Reseller Assistant is a site that has real people sharing your items on Poshmark. Reseller Assistant gives you 3,000 clicks per day for $24.99 a week. So every day they give you 3,000 clicks or tasks a day that you can split up into whatever you want. Personal sharing items in your closet, community shares or follows. I personally choose to use all of my clicks / tasks for personal self-sharing. This is the best way to benefit my closet and the only guaranteed way to make sales. So I do pay Reseller Assistant to use one of their VAs who constantly shares my closet. And depending on the amount of items that I have, usually my closet is being shared 3 times a day. So I do still pay Reseller Assistant for a VA to share my closet. That is a task that I absolutely do not want to have to do. I think for me, my time could be better spent on harder tasks that other people can't do, that I'm the only one that can do those tasks in my business. If you are interested in Reseller Assistant, you can click on the Linktree link down below. It'll pop up most of my links. One of them is Reseller Assistant, and I believe there's also a code on there for 10% off your first purchase. I would say to the person that asked this question, as well as anybody who's having 0 sales on Poshmark, if you're having 0 sales and you're not sharing your closet 3 times a day, that's definitely part of the problem. I mean, it could also be the kind of items you have, the way you have them priced, your photos. There's a lot of things going into it, but if you've got somewhat decent photos, you've got somewhat decent items, chances are you're just not sharing your closet enough to be at the top of the feed. So this is definitely a task if you don't feel you have time to do, you should hire out. What Facebook group for vintage do you use? Do you mind sharing? So I mentioned in one of my videos that I am a part of several different Facebook groups, and one of those groups is an antique / vintage dating Facebook group. So you can take a picture of your item that you're unsure about, post it as a status post basically on this Facebook group. And then the members of that group will try to help you identify the date that the item originated from. I've actually used this group several times and they've been so helpful. And not only do they help with the dating of the item, but they also help with some keywords that you can put in your description and your titles, and also helps you to make a better decision on what to price your item for. I recently sold a vintage wedding dress and I used this Facebook group to date it and give me some ideas. And actually one of the members in the group let me know that she actually sold a very, very similar one on Poshmark for $300. So that is about where I priced mine at, and it did sell for that much relatively quickly. And without that group, I probably would not have priced this item that high. So the title of the Facebook group that I use, I'm going to put specifically up on the screen here what it's titled as, because there's 2 ands and one of them's a symbol and one of them is spelled out, and it might make a difference when you search. So it's called Antique and Vintage Clothing Identification and Dating. That is a Facebook group I use. You can send a request to join. My approval was pretty fast, and like I said, I really enjoy this group. Not only posting in there for help, but also to see what other people post because I learn a lot from their posts as well. Next question. Great information. What time zone should someone use for this time frame? So they are referring to a video I made regarding Poshmark sharing. And in that video, I talked about some good times to share your closet, some that are the most meaningful and will give you the best results. Kind of focusing on when people are not at work, when they're at home, and when they tend to be looking on the site. So this was an excellent question from a viewer. I've actually never thought about this as far as what time zone, because all the viewers are from different states, even different countries. And, you know, if you're taking my advice, let's say I say you should share at 9 a.m. 9 a.m. looks different for all of you. And so this I thought was a really intriguing question. So I had to think about this one for a moment before I answered this person, but I did do a little bit of research on the population of the United States. I assumed that this person lived in the United States as that's where most of my viewers came from. So I said, assuming you live in the United States, most of the population lives in the Eastern time zone. So with those numbers, that is what I recommended they use. Now, I don't think it really matters. I mean, as long as you're sharing 3 times a day within that general vicinity of time when people are most likely on the app, you know, you're going to get good sales. I don't think you need to focus on it too much, but if you do want to be really particular, most of the United States lives in the Eastern time zone. That is where most of the population is in the United States. So if that's who you're selling to, which you probably are if you're watching my channel, I would recommend that time zone if you are being super specific. Next question. You get so much more than I and must be your photos. I'm going to look for your videos on photography. So that's not really a question, but rather a statement. But I wanted to bring this up because if you're watching my videos or anybody's videos and you're seeing that we're getting a higher dollar amount per item versus what you're getting, I just had to throw this out there because there are so many gears in place and factors that affect what an item sells for, and it's not only photos. Photos is definitely a big one. If you've got, you know, your items thrown onto a dirty carpet or a dirty floor and it's not laid out pretty, there's not good lighting, mainly lighting. Lighting is the big one, but if your photo is on the feed right next to somebody that does have those things, and your item is priced at $20 and their item's priced at $25, they're probably just going to go ahead with the extra $5 because they're going to know that the item was well taken care of. And maybe your item is well taken care of, but it doesn't come off that way to the viewer. So photos is definitely a big one. Also, you know, when you post the item, if you post it in season and it's a newer item and they filter by newly listed, you know, they're going to see that item first no matter what it's priced for. Different factors like, you know, 2 people could have an Old Navy top, but maybe one of them has embroidery, and that is a really trending factor right now. So, you know, there's a lot of things involve certain key features, but mostly what I wanted to say was it really doesn't matter how much I'm getting for an item if I'm paying a ton for it. So don't get discouraged if you spend $1 on an item and you sell it for $21. I'm just doing that for easy math. I doubt anybody's pricing at $21. But, you know, let's say you make a gross profit of $20. So you spent $1, you're selling for $21. Gross profit before fees or anything is taken out, just including your cost of goods, $20. And then I spend $5 and I sell it for $25, I might be making $4 more than you on the surface level, but actually I'm grossing the same amount as you. Does that make sense? So don't get discouraged if you see people pricing their items higher because they might actually not be making smart moves and you may be grossing the same amount. If you are somebody that wants to price your items higher, I do feel like you need to have all of the basics down, your photography, even if you're on eBay, and, you know, including good service metrics, having free returns, having free shipping sometimes if you're going to price higher, what's your handling time, all of those factors involved allows you to raise your price a little bit because you're offering a different service and a different quality that other people are not offering. Last thing I wanted to say about this statement was, another reason I think I get more for my items is because I have more exposure on my items, because I include a lot of keywords. Oftentimes when I see people make a title, let's say they have a J. Crew men's button-down shirt, that's what they're going to title as. Whereas I would probably title mine J. Crew men's chambray button-down shirt, blue, lightweight, black label, or something like that. I'm just way more detailed in my title. And if you are way more detailed in your title and you include more keywords than other people with the same items, you're going to be able to raise your prices because you're going to have more exposure and more opportunity for the item to sell. Okay, and last question was, this is regarding my video about buying and selling belts. Do you pick up vintage belts if the metal has a discolored patina? So patina is usually referred to in leather, but I do think it can also be used on metal. But patina is basically the discoloration that something gets because of its age, and just over time the leather or metal or whatever material starts to discolor. And it's a nice word for that discoloration, patina. So some people actually look for patina in certain materials because it does show the age, and they want to show how the item is antique or rare. So as far as belts go, yes. Short answer, yes, I will still pick up belts if the metal has some discoloration, but it would really depend on the belt. You know, if it was super unique and I thought I was going to get a big profit from it, or if I felt like the patina actually added value, I would still pick it up. I don't let something like that deter me. Alright guys, so that is the end of today's Q&A video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching. If you do have any reselling questions, make sure to put them in the comments down below so that I might feature them in a future Q&A video to help other resellers. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.